How hard would it be to make a game fully solo in 100 hours or less? Today, I set out to answer this burning question. Hey guys, and welcome back. It is finally time. In this video, I'll be going over every single hurdle to make a game 100% solo. With one simple idea and one somewhat simple person to complete it, will I be able to succeed? Get comfortable, because this video's a long one. I'm gonna show you guys how I built, modeled, scripted, and many more things to make my very own Agar.io-styled game on Roblox. Get cozy, stay tuned, this is the video you've been waiting for. Agar.io is a very simple build. I tried to go with something a bit easier on the sides I'm comfortable with. Honestly, a bit easier for all aspects of this challenge since I do have that time limit. But getting right into things, I want a very dark map. I'm gonna go with a black base plate and a white sort of grid decal on it. This will make it so it doesn't look plain, but it's plain. Now there will be some assets I do need to make for this. So in Blender, I would like to have a speed boost, a shield, and a magnet. These will be power-ups, guys. Speed boost, I'm thinking some sort of lightning bolt. A magnet, well, a magnet. And a shield, yeah, a shield. And honestly, for building and modeling, all this stuff is done already. Very simple map, very simple idea. Let's get into something else. The UI is going to be another simple part of this game. Pretty much all we need is a HUD. This will have cache, ego displays, some buttons for shops, nukes, hats, VIP, some stretched buttons down at the bottom for some other dev products, maybe auto farm, and 2x something, who knows? And then we need 4 to 6 slightly stretched buttons to go along the right side of the screen, and these will be how you can buy ego for Robux. We'll do 4 to 6 of them. We may need to add frames in the future, but at this point in time, I don't think we need any. Now, I did decide to make the UI completely in Studio, and this is my first time doing that. I wanted to go with a black UI, but then add in some colors. So we're gonna do a rainbow stroke on everything, and instead of a flat black, we used a gradient as well. So it's black to like a lighter black. I guess we could say a dark gray, but I think this has a very nice color pop and just looks pretty good overall. Now, 2 things that I am using, one of them is an auto UI scaling plugin. I could just click on the frame, click scale, and it automatically scales it for all devices. That is super clutch, because I wouldn't even know where to start. With that being done, there is one more thing that this UI needs, and that is vector icons. If you don't know what those are, it's all the cute images you see, whether that's cache, a nuke, whatever it could be. The images are definitely important and really help pull the UI together. Since I am no artist, I found this icon pack on Google, and yeah, I'm just pulling icons from that. It has over 1,000, so I'm sure it'll have everything I need. Honestly, for my first time doing UI, I think this looks pretty good. If I saw it in a game, I wouldn't think it was someone's first time doing it, so I'm going with it. Scripting. Yeah, you guys still with me? Things are about to get a little bit more complex, because RoScriptor has entered the chat. Wait, that's actually a guy? Someone's actually RoScriptor? I am Robloxlua. Yep, that's what I am now. Now guys, I have been practicing and learning some scripting tricks and tips from friends for the past 2 months. I have been doing it behind the scenes, trying to keep it a secret to surprise you guys with this one video. Before this, or I guess before these 2 months, I have never really scripted anything, or at least successfully done it. So let's jump right into it and explain how and what I did for this game. We need to start off with the main thing, and that is spawning. By spawning, I mean 2 things. We need to make it so the player spawns is just their head, because the whole idea of the game is ego simulator, and when you have a big ego, you get a bigger head. I think you guys get where I'm going with this. We need the player to spawn as just their head with their own accessories. And we also need random parts to spawn randomly throughout the map. These will be the items you can pick up to gain ego or size. For player spawning, I made a model with a head, a humanoid, and a humanoid root part, named it starter character, and put it into the starter player. Now, there is a few more steps that went into that, and I definitely overcomplicated quite a bit of stuff in this process, but overall, we can move around with our head. One thing I still haven't really been able to figure out is scaling of the accessories. Like, I've got them to scale now, but the bigger you get, sometimes they get weird, like the accessory scales more than the head, or it scales less, and it just seems a little wonky sometimes. It at least works for this point in time. Now on to block spawning. I put the blocks that I wanted to spawn into a folder and called it spawnables. Then I used a function called getChildren, which is going to get everything inside this folder, and then we can tell the script what to do with it. Using vector3, I put one block at the top left corner and one on the bottom right corner, and I got those positions for each of them, put them into our vector3 values, and then told the script that it can spawn anything in between those 2 points. It'll pick a random coordinate anywhere in between them. All I had left to do was define how many blocks I wanted to be able to spawn in. I started out with 10,000 on a huge base plate sized map, and then I moved it down to 7,000 on probably about half the size of a map. One more thing I did in this portion of the scripting is made random block values. So later on, when we make it so players can pick these blocks or orbs up, they won't just get +1 every time. That would be pretty boring. Now guys, you got to drop a like if you are enjoying this video so far. It's my first ever solo game, and the likes really help me know what you guys want to see more of. I want to keep improving the content I upload for you guys, and I want to make sure you guys are liking the direction the channel goes. Now on to some gameplay. Agar.io has a very simple gameplay loop, and that's pretty much why I picked it to remake as my first Roblox game. I really didn't want to make an obby or a tycoon using a kit. I wanted to learn a lot in this video, and I definitely have. EgoSim's gonna work the same way Agar.io does. Players can pick up orbs to gain size or ego. To achieve gaining size when you touch a part, I used touched, which is a property in any base part, and then got the player size. Then all we had to do was add whatever the pickup size is worth to the current player size. In the second part of this gameplay, if one player is bigger than the other player, they'll be able to eat them and steal all their ego. And then of course it would kill the other player. To achieve this portion of the game, I pretty much used the same portion of the script to spawn in the random amounts for orbs. So if this one's 1 or this one's 4, an if-then statement. Basically, if the other player's ego is less than our current ego, get their ego and destroy them. And that's pretty much it for the main gameplay, which is very nice. I wanted to keep this scripting section a bit short. I am a new person trying to do some scripting, so by no means is this supposed to be a tutorial. Now guys, what is a game without monetization? This game, at least for now, will mainly rely on developer products, which is one thing that you can purchase over and over again, and I just think that's the way this game should go. Maybe later we'll add game passes, but for now, dev products sound good to me. We already made the UI buttons for all of these dev products, so all that's left is to add in some scripts. And we're gonna need 2. We need to put one script inside each button that, when the button is clicked, it prompts the player's purchase. And then we need to add into our main script what the player is purchasing. For example, have our dev product, boom! And then we need to say what we get, how much it costs, etc., and how it gets added. So in the main script for adding ego to a player, we're going to find first child of the player and find leader stats and ego. Then a simple if-then statement. If ego, then ego equals ego plus value. Value being whatever this game pass or dev product is worth. Hopefully that makes sense. Definitely said ego a lot there. But now that that's done, I can just copy and paste it as many times as the amount of buttons we have on the right side, and all I have to do is change the dev product ID and the amount of Robux and what you get for this, how much ego. Now that monetization is wrapped up in a nice bow tie and everything is working perfectly as intended, first try. Sort of first try. We're not gonna get to it. Badges. Yes, badges, guys. I always forget about these things. For players who enjoy a satisfying grind, I did add a few badges into the game. It's a fun way to keep players wanting more and give them a sense of achievement. Now, real quick, let's take another intermission. We're so close to being done with the entire game, and I couldn't be more proud. What are you thinking of this video so far, guys? Are there any games that you have made 100% solo? Let me know in the comments below. Now guys, it wouldn't be a first time trying to make a Roblox game and a first time trying to script by yourself without some fails. Yes, guys. I fell a little short on a few parts of this game. Let's see, where do I start? Badges? Shop? Auto farm? Power-ups? And some developer products I was not able to add into the game. Now keep in mind, I only gave myself 100 hours or less to complete this project. So with all of the research on the different parts of programming, yeah, there was some things I couldn't really figure out within that time slot. However, all of the stuff that is fails today, we could add in an update if you guys are interested in seeing me continue this solo project and you want to just see it get updated. I would definitely be down to do more stuff within the game as I learn more stuff with scripting. And I won't give myself time limits for these updates. Now guys, I completely forgot about this. GFX. What is a game without GFX, guys? A thumbnail and a game icon. I would love to hire someone, but this month on YouTube, let's just say the revenue has been in like a downward graph, okay? It hasn't been doing good, but that's partially my fault as well. My computer's been having a ton of issues with rendering videos, so the quality seems lower. Oh, it's been crashing every program. It's just not great, but I'm working on it, guys. Trust and believe, better videos are on the way. I know some people are gonna hate this, but I'm gonna use AI to generate a game icon. Hopefully, if the game starts generating a little bit of revenue, I can hire one of you guys to make a new icon and a thumbnail. For the thumbnail, I'm gonna hop in Photoshop and probably pretty lousily throw something together, but at least it'll be better than having nothing. Oh yeah, hopefully this game makes a little bit of Robux and I could just hire one of you guys, because I'm not exactly proud with how either of these turned out, but it's just a release. Everything could get better in this game later if you guys want me to keep working on it. GFX, more things to do in the game, so much. I have so many ideas. Now guys, I wanted to do one more thing before I fully release this game. This allowed me to get a little bit of feedback and improve the game before I release. The main things that were brought up is we needed background music, which I can't believe I forgot. To add that, you just add a sound into Sound Service, find your sound ID, throw it in there, and make sure playing is checked and looped is checked in properties. Super simple, but I just forgot about it. And then one other thing, during testing, one of the fans actually bought the nuke, and they weren't exactly satisfied with their purchase. Nobody knew who bought the nuke in the server, which isn't really that cool. You don't get any flexing points, and it just kills everybody. Nothing cool happens. So they linked me a video from How to Roblox with a free model nuke system. Now, as much as I would have loved to just drop this into my game and call it good, it didn't exactly work like that. We had to change up a few things, and by we, I mean my 2 brain cells. We had to change up a few things, guys. We already had a nuke button, so we needed everything to work with our button and not the one in the scripts. How I kill people was break joints. How this nuke system killed people was not break joints. There was just a little bit of stuff that I had to figure out to make this nuke actually work in the game, but we did successfully do it, and I think it's so cool now. Let me tell ya, this has been a ride. For my first game, fully solo, I'm very proud that it is a releasable product, and the first link down below in the description. Editing Roll Builder here. Quick disclaimer, guys. This video has gotten a bit jumbled up because parts of the first recording were laggy, or just so much has been going wrong recently. Anyways, I do want to note, I looked up pretty much everything I did on the developer forums, YouTube tutorials, asked scripter friends why certain things weren't working, but everything that got put into the game was by me, and I made everything work together quite nicely. So yes, still watched tutorials, still looked up stuff on the forums, still used every sort of resource I could as a new programmer person would. But yes, let's get back to it. Is it the best or most complex game? Well, maybe not. But is it super cool to say I made a game by myself? Yes, it is. Over the past 100 hours, I have learned so much more than I ever have stepping outside of building. If you guys would like me to update this game, add in all the features that are coming soon, and maybe any bugs that come up while you guys are playing, definitely let me know by dropping a like on this video and leaving a comment down below. I hope you guys do enjoy it, and let me know what you think if you do play it. Now guys, if you want to see more challenge content like this, check out this challenge playlist right here. I'm sure you'll find something you enjoy. I do create new videos every single day on this channel, so if you're new, you might as well subscribe. Now, for those of you returning for another day of RoBuilder shenanigans, we have some questions from the last video. Our first question is from Danny H123, and they say, are there any plugins you use a lot? I've seen one in this video for textures. Is it useful and do you recommend it? Yes, guys, that is Add Easy Textures by RoboCrafter, and I'm pretty sure I use that plugin every single time I open Studio, and I'm pretty sure it's free, so I would definitely recommend it. Archimedes is another plugin I use pretty much on a daily basis, and Brush Tool. If I could only have 3 plugins in the world, those are the 3 I would choose. Great question, and I'm sure those will help you out a lot. Question number 2 is from CTD Entertains. I always wondered, like, if you're a known YouTuber, is it hard to go out in public? To get something simple as food from a market, do a lot of people come up to you in public? Guys, luckily for me, I am not a massive internet personality just yet. However, we might be on the road to being one. I've only been noticed 2 times ever in the 7 years that I've been doing YouTube. Yeah, only 2 times, both of which at Walmart, once from an employee and once from a child. But I've only been recognized 2 times, and I am very awkward with people. So they were like, yo, this was the kid, right? He came up to me. This was when Yardwork Simulator came out. He came up to me. He was like this, yo, dude, I'm on the leaderboards in your game. Now, guys, hold on. I did not know how to reply to that. I was like, awesome. Great. And I was so awkward, bro. So awkward. Like, he couldn't just, hey, bro, I like your videos. No, bro, I'm on the leaderboards in your game. And I did not know how to reply to that. I gotta be honest. But yes, I would imagine when you're a insanely massive YouTuber, it would be a little bit troublesome to go out in public. Our last question is from Sidosophie. Yup, that's how you say it. When biking, how often do you worry about other drivers on the road? It's those that kill. Yes, it's sort of it is and isn't a worry. I don't ride on the streets too much. I literally leave my house on my bike, go to a parking lot, and practice. I don't really ride on the streets too much, and that's exactly why. Other drivers are always scary, and you never really know what to expect. Also, I don't just ride my bike most of the time. I'm doing wheelies, and cops don't exactly like wheelies, so I do try to stay off the streets as much as possible. I'd say if you're riding a bike, keep your head on a swivel and worry about other drivers 190% of the time. But guys, that is gonna wrap up today's video. If you did enjoy and want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.